What's up, y'all? Um, I don't know why this lighting is so weird. Let me see. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me because what would be the point if you can't hear me? Um, I'm actually out in nature. If you can see on this 7-7 portal, um, and I feel advised to jump on to give you guys a message. Okay, that didn't make it any better. Okay, so um today is the 7-7 portal activation. Actually, it started around the 4th, like July the 4th until the 7th. But this is an activation portal. Um I'm advised to tell you guys that if you can get outside, I'm straining my voice. If you can get outside, this is a good time to get outside just to be in the energy um, of of nature, because she is talking a lot. That was confirmation. As far as um, what I'm going to be talking about today or what I'm discussing, I don't think this is going to be a long message. I'm just going to share with you what I was told because this may help somebody. Um, this would definitely benefit you if you've already been listening to this particular song that I'm about to speak about. So, if you have been listening to Rihanna Diamonds, this message is for you. Um, okay, so if you have been seeing soccer balls, things that have to do with soccer, um, this is a message for you. Um, if you've been seeing the number 6, 666, 66, 111, 7777, or 777, or 77, or just the number 7, let's just go ahead and get into shit. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get into the message. It's saying that my connection isn't stable. So let me see something. See if I can rectify this joint. Uh, hold on. It's raining in New Orleans. It's raining. And even though it feels a bit gross, there's something very ancient about this, about New Orleans, something very old, something very um oh, it's just so gritty and raw, and it has this ancient energy. It's so beautiful. It's a bit swampy too. Um, so here we go. So if you've been listening to Diamonds, um, if you've been listening to Diamonds, um, what I received from the message, what I received from the song by listening to Diamonds, is that Diamonds. This is just what I received. It may show up differently for you. Um, Diamonds is about the art of manifestation by using visualization. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Diamonds, the song by Rihanna, it's about manifesting by holding visualizations. Okay, so you can look up the lyrics. I think I know them by heart. When she says, "Find light in a beautiful sea, I chose to be happy." She's talking about the sea represents emotions. It represents the divine feminine, but it also represents the unconscious mind, where an idea is in the where there's a void, where the idea is in the void. It has not taken shape yet. It is what you would call Eve, right? And when I say Eve, I mean the dark. Um, when the Bible said, "Let there be light," there must have meant that it was dark, which meant that the energy of femininity was already there, right? The energy of Eve, Lilith, um, the Chrome mothers. There's plenty of them. You can go to Horus, Basset, um, the energy of Venus, Oshun, uh, Mami Wata. Okay, these are the deep sea, the deep unconsciousness, right? Um, sometimes people have deep fears or deep roots in how they project into the world. And so I don't want to get off on that, but I want to stick to where I'm going. So when you start to create an idea of your life, you project it out into the universe. And the unconscious mind is where it starts. The subconscious mind is where it begins to take shape. And the conscious mind is the observation and knowing what you've been thinking about, and you're aware of your thoughts, you're aware of what you want in your life, you're aware of what has brought you to this particular point in your mind. Have you ever had a situation where you've thought about something you did not know why it came to your mind, right? That's because where whatever is linked to, you have not connected it to something in the you have not connected your inner thought or whatever has projected out into the universe. You have not connected those dots together. It's still breadcrumbs to you, right? You're still following the yellow brick road, the chakras, the solar plexus chakra, and, and I've been leaving clues to um to these things on my threads page. My threads is metaphorically slutty, drunken Buddha 88. Not all together, but if you look up metaphorically underscore slutty, it should pop up. Or if you look up drunken Buddha, it should pop up too. So the uh, the diamond song is about manifestation. So right now, it is a good time to manifest what you want. It's a good time to hold thoughts. It's a good time to hold visualizations. Now, a lot of times when people talk about their visualizations or their manifestations not coming true, a lot of times is because you have not integrated the present moment. You have not integrated the present messages that are coming to you. So if you have not integrated the present moment, if you're not stable and have build a solid foundation in where you are and why you are where you are, right? You will still be looking on the outside, which is the Maya, which is the matrix, right? To give you answers about what's going on with you internally. So a lot of times when you begin to ask those questions about why things are manifesting, it's a good place to be, because you are beginning to ask those really hard questions where you begin to get answers to them. But a lot of times those answers come to you in experiences and what they call lessons, or when you hear somebody say, oh, you're being tested, right? That's why people come up with the theories of being tested, because you're in a classroom, you start to get certain situations that manifest in your reality that mirror what's going on within, so you can actually see it in 3D, what's going on with you in the internal realm, right? So manifestation is not just about you sitting there getting quiet and you are uh, thinking of all the beautiful things that life can be. It's about grounding yourself first and learning what grounding is to you, and understanding what grounding is to you, and how to build upon that and around that. Um, the six pointed star, or the I think it's called the whatever the soccer ball, the name of the soccer ball shape. You can go down a rabbit hole as far as that. It may bring you into some information about Baphomet. Um, and if you see the Baphomet, uh, I don't want to say character, but the Baphomet symbol, you will see two hands pointed up and two hands pointed down. That represents the observer of as above, so below, right? You're in beast mode, right? You are beyond the what can be tamed. You're beyond that. You've initiated beyond um, seeing things in the physical realm. You've initiated into the spiritual realm and understanding how the mind and your emotions play a part in creating the reality that is happening, right? So I want you to, not even I want you, but that's something to keep in mind, or to have in mind, as you are building on your manifestation muscle, because it is a muscle, right? Um, a lot of times when you see in videos, like when I'm talking about symbolism, right? Sometimes you see it in the celebrity world, in media, or in music videos and things of that nature. I was explaining to someone today, when you start to see like cars, like vehicles, and you start to see cars have a left hand side, a right hand side, and also has the trunk. Well, it's shaped that way because it's also shaped like it's a vehicle, so it's shaped like a star. Most of the times when you meditate, you start seeing certain stars, or the symbol of certain stars. Those represent certain vehicles that you are energetically in, to let you know what dimension you are in, and what dimension you are manifesting from, or to, or in, whatever. Okay. So when you see the left hand, the left the left side of the car and the right side of the car, you thinking about the driver, you thinking about the passenger, and then you thinking about in the trunk something being carried, something in the back of the mind, right? Those three minds. When you talk about those shapes, you talk about the three minds, right? When you're talking about the three minds, you're talking about the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. You're talking about the triangle. You're talking about the triad. You're talking about the number three, right? You're talking about the pyramid, the rock, right? And we can get into all that some other time, but that's where you are when you're talking about the symbolism and the cards. So when you see somebody um on standing on the driver's side of the car, then they're driving, right? They're driving force in their manifestation. When you see somebody in a passenger side, you're looking at somebody that's saying that they are letting God take the wheel. They're letting their higher self take the wheel, right? And when you see something in the trunk or the trunk being open, then you're talking about the unconscious mind, the opening to the unconscious mind, right? So those are the ways you can be affected or just to be aware of that. So yeah, shine bright like a diamond and project your reality or project what you want to be your reality out into the ethers, the universe, the void, and start to journal and document your journey into that space of creating that, doing the work within, and seeing how it's created without, seeing how that's created on the outside and how it manifests for you, right? So that's that. If you want a reading, hit me up, send me a message or something like that. I should have the comments should be open, but I just wanted to drop by and give you guys some information on that. Peace. All right. Thank you guys. Peace.